Built from 1892 to 1894, Union Station has been a major hub for St. Louis in many different aspects for over a century. The first train departed from the station on September 1st, 1894 at 1:45 p.m., and for the next 80 years, the station was always busy, especially since it was the station that connected the East to the West, connecting New York to St. Louis to San Francisco. On an average day, Union Station at its peak, about 100,000 people went through the terminal, with the highest traffic occurring during the 1904 World's Fair, since everyone was trying to get to St. Louis itself for the fair, with the station even being expanded to accommodate all of the visitors. And also during World War II, as it was a crucial transportation point for the war.
The architect of Union Station is Theodore C. Link. He gained some inspiration from the city of Carcassonne in southern France and decided on Romanesque architecture for the building and a 65-foot tall barrel-vaulted style ceiling for the inside. This ceiling is decorated with gold leaf and fresco designs. Today, there's a light show on the ceiling every hour on the hour from 5 to 10 p.m., each lasting about 10 minutes. Stained glass windows line the walls, with one stained glass window that stands out among the rest. The stained glass window above the entrance to the hotel, called the Three Maidens of the American Rail, depicts three women dressed in colorful robes sitting together. Under each woman, it says San Francisco, St. Louis, and New York, with St. Louis in the middle. These women represent the three busiest train stations at the time and how St. Louis Union Station connected the east, New York, to the west, San Francisco. This window sits above the doorway in what is known as the Whispering Arch. The arch goes over the entrance and the window and has a very special feature. When standing at one end of the arch, you can whisper, and someone at the other end, around 40 feet away, facing the wall, would be able to hear loud and clear what you're saying.
This is the Whispering Arch demo.
That's so weird.
Ready? I'm gonna say something. Hi. Hello.
We're 40 feet away from each other now.
40 feet away, and we can still hear each other.
That's so amazing. This feature was discovered by accident when a worker dropped a hammer on one side and a painter heard it all the way from the other side. At Union Station's peak, hanging from the ceiling was a 2-ton wrought iron chandelier, as well as a steel and glass wall that was decorated with wrought iron gates. Sadly, because they were iron, both of these features had to be sacrificed to the war efforts during World War II.
The last train departed from the station on October 31st, 1978 at 11:38 p.m., and it was abandoned. Union Station was not totally forgotten, though, at least not for long. After being abandoned for 5 years with no one paying attention to it except for a few movie scenes being shot there, it was reopened as a shopping center and hotel in 1985. The shopping part closed in the 2010s, and later, in 2019, the St. Louis Aquarium was opened on Christmas Day. Throughout the years, there have been many improvements made to Union Station. The hotel inside Union Station once only had 75 rooms, which railroad personnel and businessmen or travelers passing through town could use. Those rooms were sparsely furnished with a bed and a nightstand with a water pitcher and bowl to wash up, and guests shared a communal bathroom on the first floor. But now, the hotel has 539 rooms and suites, with many amenities and amazing things to explore. Along with numerous renovations to the hotel, Union Station has made many expansions and renovations to the rest area, and is even set to open various carnival-style rides in the summer of 2025. The most famous addition, the St. Louis Aquarium, was built where the retail space once was. housing over 13,000 animals across 44 exhibits, with over 1 million gallons of water being used in total across the aquarium. The aquarium building also houses a ropes course, a mirror maze, and many different food and dessert options, including 2 restaurants, the Train Shed and the 1894 Cafe. Recently, a 200-foot-tall Ferris wheel, along with a mini golf course and a carousel, were added to Union Station outside of the aquarium, along with restaurants such as a soda fountain and many other options for food, such as the taco container, and amusement, such as a fire and light show on the lake. With so much to do, you're bound to want to go see it for yourself, so let's go on a walking tour together. First, we're going to start with directions on how to get there. To get to Union Station from Parkway West, you must first turn left on Clayton Road, then you take the exit to get on 141 North. From 141, you use the left 2 lanes to merge onto I-64 East. You continue on I-64 for about 16 miles until you reach the 22nd Street exit. Turn left on 22nd Street and then right onto Market Street and continue until you reach Union Station parking on the right. As you walk from the parking lot, you pass the Union Station Ferris wheel and enter into an area with food, mini golf, and many other activities like the lake where you can feed fish. Inside the aquarium building, you can see restaurants, the ropes course, the Selfie Express, and of course, the aquarium itself. The hotel is only a short walk away from the aquarium and even has a walkway to and from the hotel and activities area just for the hotel. As soon as you enter the hotel, you can see the amazing historical features as well as the beautiful new renovations made. Employees are always willing to help with anything you may need or questions you may have. We talked to Reggie from the front desk of the hotel about some questions we have.
Just first question, how long have you been working here?
I have been here at St. Louis Union Station for about 2 years, but I've been with the company for about 5 years. Yeah, but I'm a native St. Louis, and I've always lived in St. Louis.
What's your favorite fact about Union Station?
My favorite fact about St. Louis Union Station would have to be, that's a hard one because there's so many. I do like the Grand Hall. That thing kind of wowed me for a minute when I first came over the military. But the Grand Hall, I think, stole the show for me. And now they put light shows up, so that's even more,
Yeah.
I get excited when people never been here before.
Yeah.
You know, talk about the Grand Hall. So yes, the Grand Hall is what I like the most.
Okay. What historical aspect of Union Station really stands out to you the most?
The fact that when I was a kid, I actually got to see the trains coming in and out. Yeah, the last train, from what I understand, left here in 1974, I think, or at that time, I was in the military. So when I got out of the military, there were no more trains operating out of St. Louis. So that was a big shocker. But yeah, that was, when I was a kid, I actually saw the choo-choos, the smoke and all of that stuff, and people coming through.
Okay. What do you think of like the renovations and the new parts of Union Station?
I think they have done a very good job of renovating the original hotel side of the property. And then the new side over there, I would just say it's typical hotel stuff. You know, it's pretty much a maze over there. But I think on the historical side, they've done a very good job of maintaining, number one, and also the way they have upgraded it.
Yeah. So how have they bettered Union Station with like the attractions and the aquarium?
Exactly. That would be it. The attractions, the aquarium, and they're continuing to do family type of venues that would attract, you know, families with kids. This summer, there's going to be some new things added to the outside property right near the Ferris wheel. So yeah, they constantly seem to be updating attractions and making it more exciting, I guess, for families and kids.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I'm glad you guys are taking an interest in St. Louis Station Hotel. I'm excited to like you guys. I'm sorry, I turned my head. So I'm glad to see that young people are interested in that. We talk a lot about how young people may not, you don't know what a dial phone is, right? Sure you do. But the thing of it is, we always talk about the young people that didn't see what we saw.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that there's interest.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Union Station is such a fun and interesting place with great activities and history. We hope you consider visiting soon.